Hey guys, it's Scott with Honest Home Solutions again. And right now I'm going to touch very briefly on something that many acquisitions agents and lead managers hate to do, but it's extremely important. And I'm just going to give you a very, very quick tips on how to improve this process, and it's cold calling. I've made 50,000 cold calls in my sales career. A lot of times you're getting, I used to call marketing managers, you pick up the phone, it's either just an immediate hang up, an F you, or something along those lines, everywhere in between. And it's just difficult to pick up a phone and continuously call, especially when you're calling a list of potentially motivated sellers. You have no idea if they even want to sell their house, and really how do you initiate the conversation and then build it out from there. One of the tactics I use to initiate the conversation when I pick up the phone and I actually dial a seller. Let's just say it's a drive for dollars. I drove by a property. I've taken their information from the MLS as the owner of record. I've skip traced it to get their phone number, whether it's a home phone or cell phone. I usually don't know, so I just call them all. And it's a very simple line. Phone rings a couple times, they answer. I say, hey, I'm sorry, I probably have the wrong number. I was reaching out. I saw a property that I drove by earlier today. It looked like it might be vacant. And I was just curious if you had been thinking about selling, and maybe not, because I probably have the wrong number. You're probably thinking, why did I say I probably have the wrong number? You probably don't want to sell. Those are all little, just subtle tricks so that somebody does not feel pressure from a sales call. Think about it. The last time you had a sales call, you knew probably within the first second that the person calling you was calling you to sell you something. In this case, we're trying to buy a product, but it's still the same. By softening that approach and softening that first touch, it drops a lot of that barrier that somebody puts up when they feel like it's going to be a sales call right on the onset. So you're going to get a couple different answers there. Is one, you're probably not the right person. I probably have the wrong number. They'll correct you. They'll tell you, no, that's my property. Or, yeah, no, wrong number. Unfortunately, data is not perfect, so that happens to us quite a bit. The second, probably not, was you probably don't want to sell it either. Again, this was a property I found driving for dollars. I don't want to say too much about the condition because it could offend them if they still live there, but I'm also letting them know that I would like to buy. Sometimes they're like, yeah, I did have the property. It is mine. It's been on the market for 6 months and we pulled it off. We don't know what we're going to do with it. There you go. So you've gotten some very basic information. It was a very soft and slow approach to the phone call. A lot of people that will tell you about phone calling or cold calling, they'll say, hey, this is Scott with Honest Home Solutions. I was calling about 123 Main Street. Would you like to sell the property? I'm sure it works, but I think using a slightly softer and different approach from what they would otherwise hear from most of your other competitors is a differentiator, and it has resulted in success for our business. So I highly recommend it as well. So cold calling, no one loves to do it, but that's a great way to take the pressure off both you as the person making the call and from the person who's receiving the call as well. And obviously for us, it's been a great success. And I think if you guys start to incorporate that as well, it's going to be a huge advantage, especially in a market where it's saturated with other people cold calling. So that's it. I hope you guys have a good day. We'll talk to you soon.